Okay, today we are talking about how to build an end table. So safety first, always read, understand, and follow your power tools instructions and wear PPE. So here's the end table in question. It's made out of inexpensive pine. You can buy it at Home Depot or Lowe's. I'll provide a parts list with dimensions shortly. Basically consists of 4 legs, 4 rails, and a top. And it's screwed together with countersink wood screws and wood glue. The rails are attached to the bottom of the tabletop with L brackets or corner brackets. And again, put a little wood glue on all your joints. I'd recommend cutting everything to size first, then glue and screw your rails and legs on. The legs get screwed to the rails with countersink wood screws and wood glue, but make sure you offset your screws, as you see I did in this image here. That way the screws don't hit each other. And then you can stain it or paint it whatever color you choose. So let's see what it looks like with a dark walnut finish. The idea with this project is hopefully it's simple enough for everyone of all skill levels to attempt. Woo! And even if you're working on a limited budget, these materials aren't too expensive. So there's what it looks like stained a dark color. You may want to put a clear shellac or varnish on the top to prevent any water damage or damage to the wood if something spills on it. So here's an orthographic drawing of the table. You're welcome to screenshot it, print it out. I provide a bill of materials here that tell you what materials you need to make this project. So the tabletop needs to be cut to 18 by 20. If you don't have a table saw or a skill saw to do that, usually Lowe's or Home Depot will cut the board for you to the size you want. Woo! The rails are 1 by 3 pine. Buy an 8-footer. Cut them down to 14 inches long. You need 4 of those. The legs are 2 by 2s. Again, buy an 8-footer. Cut them down to 19 inches long. And then, of course, buy your corner brackets, your countersink wood screws, and your wood glue, and whatever stain or paint of your choosing. If you cut it with a skill saw, you might want to make sure you use a speed square to get nice square cuts, and use a fine-tooth blade so you don't rip the wood. And if you accidentally use a little bit too much wood glue on all your joints and it squeezes out, you want to wipe it off immediately. If you let that wood glue dry, it's going to be harder to sand off, and you don't want to leave it on the wood because it'll affect your finish. Whether you're painting or staining, you'll see where that wood glue squeezed out. So just a little tip there to clean up any excess wood glue. And I'd recommend pre-drilling your holes with a smaller drill bit than the diameter of the screw shank. That will reduce the chance of splitting the wood. And to cover the screw heads, you countersink them just below the surface of the wood, then cover over them with some wood putty, wood filler, or those little wooden buttons. And make sure you sand the entire table with a fine grit sandpaper, then tack cloth it or wipe it down with a clean dry cloth, then stain or paint it. Good luck with your project. Please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment, and thanks for watching.